In the far corner of a magical meadow, where the grass shimmered like emerald silk and the flowers swayed as if dancing to an invisible tune, there lived a young fairy named Ilara. She wasn't the grandest fairy in the meadow, nor the most talented in magic, but she had a heart that noticed things others overlooked: the shy bluebell that bloomed late, the caterpillar that needed a leaf to rest on, the ant struggling to carry a crumb home. One warm spring morning, the fairies were bustling with excitement. The queen had announced a grand spring celebration, where every fairy would show their magic to make the meadow even more beautiful. Some fairies could make fountains of light sparkle in the air. Others could paint the clouds in pink and gold. Ilara, however, had a problem. When she woke that morning, she discovered something terrible. Her delicate, silver-tipped wings were gone. She searched her tiny home from top to bottom, but there was no sign of them. Without wings, she couldn't fly, and without flight, she couldn't join the celebration. She sat on a smooth stone, feeling small and forgotten. Just then, a tiny voice chirped from below. It was a baby robin, stranded on the ground. "I fell from my nest," he said, his feathers ruffled and eyes wide. Ilara's heart swelled with concern. She could not fly, but she could still help. She climbed the tall tree carefully, holding the robin close, and placed him back into the safety of his nest. The mother robin fluttered down and thanked her with a gifted golden feather. Ilara tucked the feather into her hair and continued walking through the meadow. She found a hedgehog tangled in some thorny vines and patiently freed him, getting a few scratches in the process. The hedgehog gave her a tiny, polished pebble in thanks. Later, she saw a wilted daisy that hadn't had enough sunlight. She carefully moved a rock that blocked its rays, and the daisy straightened up, dropping a single shimmering dewdrop into her palm. By the time Ilara returned to the celebration grounds, she had almost forgotten her missing wings. She was busy thinking of the robin's grateful chirp, the hedgehog's relieved sigh, and the daisy's quiet sparkle. Then something extraordinary happened. The queen, who had been watching from afar, floated toward her. "Ilara," the queen said, "you may not have flown today, but you brought the truest magic of all kindness." The queen lifted her wand, and the golden feather, polished pebble, and shimmering dewdrop rose into the air, spinning together in a swirl of light. Before everyone's eyes, they transformed into a pair of the most beautiful wings anyone had ever seen woven from light, love, and all the good Ilara had done. They shimmered with every color of dawn and dusk. The crowd gasped as Ilara's feet lifted gently from the ground. She could fly again, but now she understood that wings were not what made her special. From that day forward, Ilara became known not for her magic tricks or her flight, but for the way she made the meadow bloom with kindness. And every fairy, young and old, remembered the moral. The truest magic is not in what you can do for yourself, but in what you do for others.